Good evening and welcome everyone to the 2026 Atlantic Bowl, hosted by Football New Brunswick and the UNB Reds. The Atlantic Bowl is a six-a-side tournament that features provincial teams from Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick at the U16 and U18 divisions. Ahead of this evening's game, the Reds and Football New Brunswick respectfully acknowledge that UNB stands on unsurrendered and unceded traditional Wolastoqey land. The land of the Wabanaki people are recognized in a series of peaceful friendship treaties and are the basis of an ongoing relationship of peace, friendship, and mutual respect between equal nations. The river that runs by the university is known as the Wolastoq, along which lives the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. Wolastoq is also known as the St. John River. Tuesday morning, the PEI community suffered a terrible loss when two on-duty paramedics and a patient lost their lives in a motor vehicle accident. The effects of this tragedy are felt by all of us across Atlantic Canada. Please join us for a moment of silence as we remember them. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you can and remove your headgear for the playing of our national anthem. Mr. Referee, the field is yours. Let's play some football.
Good afternoon, football fans. Welcome to, or perhaps welcome back, your coverage of the Atlantic Bowl. The Atlantic Bowl is a competition between the U16 and U18 six-a-side football teams from each of the four Atlantic provinces, Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. This is the 8th and final game of this tournament, and you're about to watch the U18 PEI team take on the U18 Nova Scotia team in the gold medal game. PEI and Nova Scotia won their respective preliminary games on Thursday. And now they're going to see between these two winning teams which is the better. And of course, the winning team will take home the gold medal. We have seen a lot of excellent football here over the past, well, all day and all day Thursday as well. We're going to see Nova Scotia kicking off to PEI. Big kick. Goes all the way back to Isaac Tuplin, the kick returner. He's going to make a couple of cuts, break a couple of tackles. He's got a good return on his hands. Finally brought down over the center line by the kicker, number 8, Cyrus Smith. So Tuplin with a significant return of about 60 yards. And PEI will get
49-yard line.
great starting position here. 1st and 10 in Nova Scotia territory. My name is Justin Wise, and I'm in the booth today with Aaron Olafson, player for the UNB Reds football team. This tournament is brought to you by Football New Brunswick and the UNB Reds football team. Very tight initial formation here by PEI. And it's going to be a run up the middle. And he puts the ball on the ground. It's still bouncing around, and Nova Scotia recovers.
It was fumbled, recovered by Team Nova Scotia.
Parker O'Brien, the running back on that play, he had an excellent run, breaking through several lines, but then putting the ball on the ground, and I'm not sure a Nova Scotia player even got his hand on the ball. We'll see it again here. Parker O'Brien, great run through the middle, runs through everybody, and yes, we see that that number 34 on Team Nova Scotia.
And Nova Scotia's coming out in a spread formation, very opposite of PEI. Slade makes a guy miss and passes off to Cyrus Smith, who breaks a tackle, breaks another, keeps going, and is eventually tackled by a PEI defender.
Brendan Brown on the tackle.
Nice run by number 8, Cyrus Smith.
It's not quite enough for a first down here for Team Nova Scotia.
Not quite enough for a first down, but 2nd and 1.
Oh, it appears they have changed that to a first down now.
It is a first down for Team Nova Scotia.
And this one's going to be a handoff to Heath Ryuta. So Ryuta playing that snap out of the, excuse me, not Heath Ryuta, that is Cyrus Smith. That is Cyrus Smith, the running back.
To number 8, Cyrus Smith, for a run up the middle and a gain of about 6 yards.
So Smith is going to pick up 6 yards on that, and that'll bring up 2nd and 4. So Cyrus Smith is playing out of the running back position, and Brady Slade is the starting quarterback for Nova Scotia today. We also see receivers Grady Halloway to the left and Austin Perry. Is that Austin Perry on the right? No, Bryson Carroll on the right. Slade is going to fake the handoff and keep it himself. He breaks one tackle, gets pushed out of bounds by Jorman Ortiz.
Quarterback keep by number 7, Brady Slade.
And he is close to the first down line, and they're going to give it to him.
First down.
First down, Nova Scotia.
And if this is your first time tuning into this tournament, it's important to keep note that the sideline that you see, the white lines, is not the actual sideline. There's cones along the numbers that are the actual sidelines that it's important for players on both sides to keep aware of.
Slade drops back to pass. He's got his receiver, Heath Ryuta, that time, who is also listed as a quarterback. So in that situation, he's acting as a receiver. He catches the ball for a pickup of about 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Nova Scotia.
54-yard line.
They're still on their own half of the field, but only just. Slade out of the gun. It's going to be another pass. He's looking deep downfield, over the head of Bryson Carroll.
Number 19, incomplete.
That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Bringing up 3rd and 5.
And it does look like Team Nova Scotia is going to bring out their punting unit after this 3rd and 5, just deeming it a little bit too far to go for it this early in the game.
We've not seen a lot of punting in this tournament, but there have been a lot of field position battles, so it's good to see Nova Scotia punting, and it is a big punt by running back Cyrus Smith. Fielded cleanly without a bounce by the PEI returner, and he's got a good return. He cuts to the right. He's going upfield. That's 22. Parker O'Brien pushed out of bounds.
Big return, but we do have a flag.
On the flag, you can see it looks like Team PEI gets an illegal block there, so it should be coming back a decent bit. But there was a little bit of extra out of bounds after he went out of bounds that Team PEI is complaining about to the refs.
Yeah, that was the kicker, the punter Cyrus Smith, who forced him out of bounds and then gave him a little shove once he was clearly out of bounds. So if Team Nova Scotia gets away without a penalty here, and it looks like they will. They'll be lucky to have done that because these officials have been calling those plays tight all day.
And it is a 10-yard penalty, so Team PEI will start deep in their own territory.
And it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, I believe, isn't it, Aaron? Yeah.
Yes, from the spot of the foul, starting at their own 25.
First and 10 from the 25-yard line.
And once again, we see Team PEI coming out with a big formation, looking to run the ball.
Steven Lettner, the quarterback for PEI. He's going to hand it off to Isaac Tuplin, running back. He's got a first down and then some before being brought down by several Nova Scotia players. But there is a flag down.
Hand off to Isaac Tuplin for a big run. We do have a flag on the play.
If they are going to call a holding on PEI, it is important to note where the holding took place, because if it is after the first down, it will still be first down.
And that's a block from behind against PEI.
Block from behind.
But to
on,
your point,
PEI.
Aaron, whether that was after the first down marker or not is a very critical
It is now first and
difference.
6.
It was after yards gained,
First
so
and 10 for PEI.
after getting the first down, so it will just be first and 10 instead of first and 20.
So this one's going to be a pass. Looking for Brennan Brown. Brennan Brown seems to have caught the ball, but then it bounced out. Daniel Vitkin of Nova Scotia saying he recovered it, but the official saying no, that is a completed pass to Brennan Brown.
Completed. And that's a first down for Team PEI.
So first and 10 for Team
First and
PEI,
10 from the 49-yard line.
just inside their own 45-yard line.
And on the first couple plays here for Team Nova Scotia, they're looking to dial up some pressure to get after the quarterback here. And in pressure, Steven Lettner was able to get that pass off.
Another very tight formation from PEI. This is probably going to be a run, and it sure is. It's going to be a run up the middle, but holy smokes, that was, I believe that was Gil Colborn. Was that number 30? Gil
Number
Colborn?
22.
Yeah, that was number 30.
Gil Colborn with a jersey grabbing tackle on that one to save what would likely have been a big pickup
Second
of
and
yards.
8 for Team PEI.
It does look like number 9 on the Nova Scotia has some free reign to blitz where he likes. Daniel Vitkin, he's been trying to find the gap in this opening series.
PEI now spreading out a little bit, but it is still going to be a handoff to Parker O'Brien. Parker O'Brien getting a few yards, but not enough for a first down.
It did look like Ben Nicholson was able to get him down eventually, but there are plenty of blue jerseys around there.
Bring up 3rd and 2.
These PEI runners proving to be very difficult to bring down, but the Nova Scotian defenders stepping up to the challenge and gang tackling when one of them slows down. So great running and great tackling on the respective sides. 3rd and 2. Handoff to Parker O'Brien. He gets a first down, but not much more, but that's enough.
Parker O'Brien, first down.
And it'll be a first and 10 for PEI.
That looked to be about a 4-yard gain there. And PEI has the big bodies up front to establish the run game against this Nova Scotia defense. And I feel like that's an identity that PEI is trying to establish early in this game, is to pound the rock right down the middle.
And so far, they're finding success. Lettner going to drop back to the gun formation. His receiver splitting out wide. And this one's going to be a pass, and it is deep downfield. Looking for his receiver, William Potter. But a late flag comes out, and I think this is going to be a pass interference call against the defensive back. We're going to watch this here again on the replay.
Yeah, it was Ben Nicholson in coverage there, number 24 in the blue.
And Nicholson just doesn't look back. He throws his arms up, clearly impeding Potter's ability to catch that ball, so I think that's a pretty clear pass interference penalty. So this is going to be a first down for PEI with a gain of a number of yards.
Looks like the refs are just conferring to make sure that they have all the calls correct as they have a meeting on the field and sending the teams back to their benches. And we will note it is a hot, sunny day here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, so fatigue could play a factor, and you can see one of the Nova Scotia coaches is running water out to the referees, making sure everyone is hydrated.
Penalty against Nova Scotia. Pass interference. Up 15. First down, PEI.
And it is indeed a first down for PEI.
So first down for PEI. We are very fortunate to be being hosted today on the UNB Fredericton campus at the beautiful BMO Center Field. It is a hot July day here, and it is even hotter down there on that rubber turf. Lettner this time directly under center. And he's going to hand off to Porter, who rumbles ahead for a pickup of a few yards, and we'll see where they mark him. Sorry, I said Porter. Parker O'Brien. Parker O'Brien.
To Parker O'Brien.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Bringing up 2nd and 4 for PEI.
Jonah Mamie, the center, doing a great job getting the snaps off to Lettner, whether he's out of the gun or directly under center. Lettner's going to drop back for a pass on this one. He fires, connects with William Potter. Potter pushed out of bounds
William Potter.
outside Nova Scotia's 10-yard line.
There was
Well,
a
we
flag
do
on the
have
play,
flags on the play.
right around the line of scrimmage.
That may have been a hold against PEI. We'll see how they call this.
Oh, it was on the defense.
Hold against the
Penalty was
defense.
on. Nova Scotia declined.
And because of the yardage gain, they're going to decline that.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Looks
for
to be about the
PEI
15-yard
from the
line.
15-yard line.
So we're going to look at PEI's red zone offense here.
With Parker O'Brien in the backfield.
Lettner directly under gun. Directly under center. Hands off to Parker O'Brien. Brought down by some effective tackling by Nova Scotia's
Hand
front
off to
two.
Parker O'Brien.
Very tough run for maybe 2 yards there.
Gain of 2 yards, bringing up 2nd and 8 for Team PEI.
So the clock will tick down on the first quarter, but there will be one additional play before the players take a 2-minute water break and switch ends. Lettner is out of the gun. He's got Parker O'Brien beside him.
And Tuplin and Potter out to his left.
And it's going to be a pass play. He's looking for his receiver, and he catches him downfield. William Potter with the receiving touchdown.
Touchdown, PEI.
And Team Prince Edward Island is the first to get on the board today.
And this is just a great play design. It's a fake screen pass and then a
Don't
go by
forget
Potter
your 50-50 tickets
from the
for
slot
Florida
receiver.
at the main gate.
That's a
We're
very
trying to
tough
send some
play for a
goals
defender
over
to try and make there. Because
tonight.
when there's a screen pass, the
While you're
defender
over
wants
there,
to go and tackle him behind the line of scrimmage.
left over.
But when they go, they just are caught flat-footed.
They're on sale.
So great play call and great execution by Team Prince Edward Island, giving them 6 points and the opportunity to score 2 more on the conversion.
Another heavy formation here for Team PEI.
And it's an offside. Yeah, I think Nova Scotia jumped there.
Oh, it looks like an illegal procedure on the offense there. Just moved before the snap.
So PEI jumped on that one. So they'll be pushed back 5 yards and try again.
Illegal procedure on PEI, moving back 5 yards.
Looks like the offending player's getting subbed off there for number 8, Dylan Dozavato.
And hot dogs, hot dogs, hot dogs. Get them in, because they're going to be going soon.
Still lining up in the heavy formation.
But this time it's going to be a pass from Lettner, and he's being chased down. He does get the ball off, but there is no receiver in the area. It'll fall incomplete. And Nova Scotia holds PEI to 6 points following the William Potter receiving touchdown.
With the score,
So that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. The players will go and get a drink of water and switch ends, and we'll have a 2-minute break. Big kick, and it goes all the way to Grady Halloway. And the coverage squad brings him down. That's number 6, Arthur Nickel on the tackle.
brought down pretty quickly, deep in.
And
Nova
PEI
Scotia's
pinning
end.
Nova Scotia pretty deep here. So not a great
From
starting
the
field position for Team
12-yard
Nova
line.
Scotia offense. 1st and 10 on their own 12-yard line.
Despite the returner being able to field that relatively cleanly after getting the bounce, you know the coach is going to want the receiver to catch that in the air, as it's just faster to get going.
Brady Slade passes to Cyrus Smith, who picks up a few yards
Smith,
before being run out of bounds
run out of bounds.
after a pickup of what looks like about 6 yards. We'll see where they mark it.
Bring up 2nd down and
And it's a 2nd and medium here.
2nd and 7.
So that'll be 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard gain.
Very spread out offense here for Team Nova Scotia. So the quick passing game might be their strategy here.
Slade is going to look for another quick pass, and he connects again with Cyrus Smith, who gets a first down, but there's a late flag right at the end of his run.
Number 8, Cyrus Smith, but we have a flag on the field.
Looks like it might have been an unnecessary roughness here. Whether it's an illegal block but it appears the ref was pointing at Team Nova Scotia. This can be a pretty bad penalty when you're already pinned deep in your own territory.
And they are walking the football back.
And it is 15 yards back from their own 17.
Maybe this was a face masking penalty. Maybe the runner tried to stiff arm and got his hand up in the tackler's face.
Bringing it back.
That
to
is
the
painful.
4-yard
So
line.
second and very long for Team Nova Scotia, but perhaps worse for them. They're on their own 3-yard line.
And the Team Nova Scotia coaches do not agree with the call, but the refs have made their call and are sticking with it. Looks like they're pinned back to their own 4-yard line to start. And on second down, this is a hard task here for Team Nova Scotia.
Slade lining up in his own end zone. If he gets tackled in the end zone, that would be 2 points for Team PEI. And Slade is just going to take it and run. He's got some green space in front of him. He gets pushed out of bounds by Arthur Nickel.
Brady Slade, quarterback Keith, gets him out of the danger zone.
That is not enough for a first down.
And 4.
That was a great closeout by the defender there to force him into the sideline.
Yeah, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 4, and Nova Scotia now basically in the position that they were in before the penalty play.
I think it's a big decision here for the coaches.
This is tough. I think they are going to punt it, though.
It is notable that their punter is their running back and sometimes wide receiver.
Oh, and he's just going to take a safety. And we saw this in the last game as well. Not a bad strategic decision.
Nova
So
Scotia
that
takes a safety.
gives up 2 points.
Bringing the score.
But it puts PEI back to their own 35-yard line. Now, we did see the U16 Nova Scotia team do almost exactly the same thing from the same distance out from the end zone. And on the very next play by Team PEI, the running back, Mighty, ran it for about 70 yards into the end zone. So it clearly didn't work out for the U16 Nova Scotia squad. We'll see if this U18 Nova Scotia squad can take advantage of the field position that they get from a safety.
Yeah, ideally that it just doesn't happen like that. But yeah, Team PEI gets the 2 extra points that they missed from the conversion earlier on.
Well, that's a great point, Aaron. It's just as if they made that conversion. So, bit of a gamble for Team Nova Scotia, but
looks like Lettner is controlling his receivers here, telling them to switch sides. Looks to be in control of this game right now.
And it is going to be a pass. He's looking deep down the right side. The coverage is there. This time his head gets back, so it's not going to be a PI. Well defended by Austin Perry. The pass intended for William Potter, but Perry gets his hand. That was textbook. He gets his head around. He's looking for the ball. He's got one hand just touching but not interfering with the receiver to know where he is. And he's able to break up that pass as it comes down. And that'll be 2nd and 10 for Team Prince Edward Island.
And once again, Team PEI tries a fake screen. They had another receiver just staying at the line of scrimmage, and then they had a supposed blocker go on a streak. Unfortunately, the defender was read it the whole way and was on top of it.
And it's going to be another pass from Lettner. And this time he threw it into a very narrow window intended for William Potter. And I'm going to say this, he was lucky that didn't get picked off.
Yeah, the defender was all over that on that play. And now with 3rd and long, you'd have to imagine that Team PEI is going to try and punt the ball here.
It was Ben Nicholson who had Potter covered, but I think there was another player streaking across that from the other side that may have also intercepted the ball.
And Team Nova Scotia takes a timeout here.
Timeout, Team Nova Scotia.
So this is interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if Team Nova Scotia coaches are talking about the potential of a fake punt here.
Well, it appears that Team PEI is going to leave their offense on the field with Stephen Lettner still in the huddle and receiving coaching. From 3rd and 10 on their own 35. This is quite the call here from Team PEI. They trust their offense here in this situation. It is notable that one of their wide receivers, Isaac Tuplin, is one of their punters, but it appears that they're just going to run a regular play.
Yeah, I don't think Tuplin is, Tuplin is on the field. Tuplin is on the field, okay. So they have that potential. You know what? I think we're going to see some trickery here.
Yeah. I mean, it's the gold medal game. Go big or go home.
That's right.
But leaving an offensive lineman out there too, two of them, it looks like, it's typically not something you want to do on a punt unit either. Heavy formation here with three down linemen.
Receivers are going to break out. A lot of pre-snap motion. Ledner controlling traffic. And Ledner himself is going to punt it. And pick up some excellent field position. Ben Nicholson falls on the ball on his own 35-yard line.
Little quarterback kick there.
Bringing a first down for Team Nova Scotia on there.
That can be an effective play because when the other team isn't expecting a punt, then they won't put a returner back there. And so the ball just bounces and lands on the ground, and the DB is the one who has to go jump on it.
And that's exactly what happened there. So PEI retaking their field position, but they did give up the ball. So this one's going to be a pass. He was looking for Cyrus Smith, but it was overthrown and it falls incomplete.
And Jorman Ortiz almost with the interception there. Early in this game, Cyrus Smith has been a premium target for Slade here going.
Nova Scotia is going to have to start spreading that ball around more if they're going to be effective in the air. And Slade avoiding a couple tackles and dumps it off to, again, his running back, Cyrus Smith, who scrambles for a first down.
That looks to be about 17 or 18 yards there.
Brought down by number 7, William Potter.
That was a very heads-up play to keep his eyes downfield. And then just to dump it off to his running back or slot receiver. In 6-a-side, there's not really that much of a difference.
We've got a special one.
But it was a fantastic improvised play by Brady Slade, and he was lucky to not get sacked deep in his own backfield there. So this time Slade out of the gun, and he's got 3 receivers to his right. And it's going to be a pass. He's looking downfield. He's still looking downfield, and he's just going to tuck it and run, and it's a good choice because he's got a first down and a lot more, and he is going to run into the defenders and get pushed out of bounds in the red zone. 1st and 10, Team Nova Scotia on about the 17-yard line.
Big run by Brady Slade, number 7.
And near the end of that play, Brady Slade wasn't looking to go out of bounds. He was looking to drop the shoulder into the defender, trying to pick up those extra yards. Those are the type of plays that sometimes you don't wish your quarterback would make, but it's nice to see and rally the troops that his other teammates will love seeing in their quarterback, that he's willing to fight for them.
Yeah, this Team Nova Scotia offensive unit, at least, not at all willing to let this game get out of hand. They want to put points up on the board now.
Looks like an audible might have been called here by Brady Slade.
And it's a quick pass out to Heath Ryuta. It falls incomplete. Heath Ryuta, notably, is also listed as a quarterback on the game sheet. And there, I think he was thinking about running before he caught the ball, and it fell off his hands to the ground, bringing up 2nd down.
Luckily, that pass was forward, so it was not a fumble there, but that was very close. And we'll want to clean that up as the game goes on.
This time Slade looking left to Grady Holloway, and in and out of the hands of Grady Holloway. It falls incomplete, but there is a flag down on the field.
Looks like it is against Team Nova Scotia. And already on 2nd down.
And it looks like, I think Team PEI is going to decline this penalty. It would be a 5-yard penalty. It was a procedure penalty, so it would have been a 5-yard penalty and replay of 2nd down. And PEI would rather advance it to 3rd down.
Yeah, I think that's the right play there. Make it 3rd and 10 instead of 2nd and 15. Don't give them that extra play to get those yards.
And we're going to have a timeout
By Team PEI.
by Team PEI, yeah.
Timeout, Team PEI.
So I think it's safe to say that everybody on the field knows that Team Nova Scotia is going to be going for it here on 3rd and 10. There's not going to be a punt, although a rouge through the end zone would be interesting.
That would. Very much so. Especially where kicking isn't a big factor in a game of 6-a-side football. So seeing a rouge would be very interesting.
We have not yet seen one in the tournament. We've not seen a whole lot of kicking in the tournament. We've not seen a rouge. But for fans at home who may not be familiar, a rouge is a unique element of Canadian football where if one team punts the ball through the back of the end zone, they pick up a single point. Rouges it's a beloved scoring format for Reds football as they won the inaugural AFL championship on a rouge many years ago, almost 20 years ago.
As controversial as it is one of the very unique factors of Canadian football.
Of the half.
Little personnel confusion there by Team Nova Scotia, but we're ready to go. Slade is out of the gun. Low snap, and it's going to be a real quick toss. And right back to Slade. So some trickery, and Team Nova Scotia scores a touchdown. So Slade takes the snap, tosses it to Cyrus Smith, who then throws a forward pass back to Slade, and he runs it in 15 yards for the score. And Nova Scotia is on the board in the gold medal game of the U18 division.
It does look like there was a flag on the play after the fact. We'll see what the referees have to say.
It would be a real shame to see this play negated, given the lateness of it. Objectionable conduct against Nova Scotia. I think he must have showboated or something like that.
Yeah, it was probably taunting after the touchdown. These guys are excited in this gold medal game, but there is that line that they have to know not to cross, and right there, it could cost them some yards on the kickoff.
And these officials have been calling showboating very tightly today, so they are being consistent.
It looks like he spun the football, and any celebration that involves the football is automatically a penalty at this level.
Slade on the 2-point conversion attempt. He's looking to throw it. He tucks it instead, lowers his shoulder, and runs into the end zone. So that would be a 2-point conversion, subject to the flags on the field.
And usually when it's at the line of scrimmage, those are very hard because they're usually on the offense, usually a holding or an offside.
And the official's going to confer with each other before signaling the penalty. And it's going to be a hold against the defense. So the 2-point conversion is going to be good.
2-point conversion is good. Penalty was against the defense.
And so we're going to have offsetting penalties here on the kickoff, applied on the kickoff.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it'll still be back 5 yards because it was a 5-yard penalty for the hold, but 10 yards for the objectionable conduct.
So that'll net out to a 10-yard difference.
And the PEI coach is just getting the explanation from the referees right now.
So given that both of these teams have shown a willingness to kick the ball deep and trying to pin their opponents against their own end zones,
my mistake there.
Penalties on kickoffs are relevant.
They look like they completely offset there.
Oh, they're completely offsetting. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a normal kickoff.
There we go.
With extra steps. Cyrus Smith here to kick off.
Who just scored a throwing touchdown, is now going to kick it. A medium range kick, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds, which is a penalty.
kick is out of bounds, and that
Looks like
flag
it
on
went
the
out
play.
around the 26. Depending on the spot, they have the option to re-kick or get it at the 40-yard line. And we'll see. It looks like PI is just going to bring out their offense. And they are going to take it at the 40-yard
PEI
line.
will be taking possession at their 40-yard line, first and 10. And don't forget stand 50-50 tickets.
And now under 3 minutes here in the first half, PEI looks to take over and have a final drive here in the first half. Big formation once again for Team PEI.
Lettner directly under center, and this is going to be a toss. Parker O'Brien working his way to the outside, eventually pushed out of bounds after a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards, I think.
Second and 4 for Team PEI.
We'll call that a 6-yard run. That'll be 2nd and 4 for Team Prince Edward Island. And this so far, Aaron, I think this is the closest, tightest game we've seen of the tournament. There is a realistic possibility that we head into the half here tied.
Yeah, despite the low scoring, this has been a very close and competitive game in this first half of the gold medal game.
Both offenses showing an ability to move the ball. And Lettner's going to try to keep it, but he's wrapped up very quickly.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
By Gil Colborn. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4
with how
for
much
Team Prince Edward Island.
With how much they've been running it up the middle, that's great awareness to watch the quarterback.
Colborn did a great job getting off his block there, turning around and chasing down Lettner, who was going to tuck and run.
Yeah, sometimes those quarterbacks can hide the ball well, so it's great awareness by Colborn there.
Lettner in the backfield by himself. His receivers out to the right and left. Lettner's going to keep it and run. There's a flag down. Lettner gets a first down. He runs out of bounds just over the center line. We'll see if this play stands.
We do have a flag on the play.
Jack Wilson with the pressure forced them out to his right. Refs are conferring on the decision.
Looks like a low block against Nova Scotia. Is that the indication? Yeah, low block against Nova Scotia, so these will be yards added to the end of the run.
Nova Scotia. So going up the field.
And if you're unfamiliar with this rule, what it is a defensive player is not allowed to hit a lineman below the knees. And so that's what the 15-yard penalty is for.
First and 10 for Team PEI from the 39-yard line.
And that is a very important safety rule, so they will call that. Well, they'll call all the rules, of course, but that's an important safety one.
Lettner drops back to pass, passes it out to number 17, Isaac Tuplin, and he's still going and wrapped up by multiple defenders.
17, Isaac Tuplin. For a big game.
There is a flag down on the field.
We'll see what the referees have to say.
The ball was carried and then pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Notable Cyrus Smith was in there on defense for Perry. Cyrus Smith is primarily an offensive player and kicker.
Ryland Wall having words with the PEI defenders out there. And this penalty is going to be a holding call against PEI. So the ball is coming back.
Holding.
And it'll be a replay of first down after a 10-yard penalty. And that'll bring up 1st and 20.
First down.
It looks like it might have. Oh, yeah, it was 1st and 20 now. Very unfortunate. If that had happened after the yards gained, it would have only been a 1st and 10, but wasn't able to get to that first down. Now we'll see what Lettner has here in plan.
Lettner's got Parker O'Brien standing directly beside him, and Parker's going to run out for a receiving route. Lettner is looking downfield to throw, but he's going to run it himself anyways. tackled by number 9, Daniel Vitkin, but a flag came out before he crossed the line of scrimmage. We'll see what that one's about. We see a flag in the secondary. The flag has fallen in the secondary, so this could be a pass interference penalty against Nova Scotia.
Parker O'Brien was a little slow to get up there as he makes his way off the field.
O'Brien, a workhorse for this this PEI squad.
And pass interference.
Pass interference against Team Nova Scotia.
That might have been on Parker O'Brien. Just interfered with him and made him fall down.
Bringing it back to a 1st and 10 for Team PEI on their 39-yard line.
So here we are, exactly where we started off. PI in a tight formation, Lettner directly under center. This time he's going to hand off to Tuplin, who runs up the middle for a gain of 6 or 7 yards. I think that's 7 yards.
Tuplin run up the middle.
This will bring up 2nd and 3 for PEI.
And we are looking at
maybe 2nd and 4.
And 5 for PEI.
It is interesting to note that Nova Scotia is getting Cyrus Smith involved in this final defensive drive here. And it looks like he's trying to blitz here.
And it's going a run back to Tuplin, who's hit by several Nova Scotian defenders before he's brought down before the first down marker. This will bring up 3rd down.
Looks like the tackle was by Ryland Wall, but Gil Colburn was in the backfield rerouting the running back off to his right. And sometimes in football, it's the guy that makes the disruption that's more of the impact than the actual tackler.
3rd down and 3 for Team PEI.
Lettner's got the play. He's running it in.
And now it's 3rd down and 3. This is an important play here right before half with just over a minute. That's plenty of time if they don't convert for Nova Scotia to drive the field.
I think we're going back to Tuplin, and the officials will blow it dead before it gets going, and it is an offside against PEI.
Offside against PEI.
A little too eager to get going on that one.
Yeah. Looked like on the lineman there. That might have been the 2nd one of this game, the illegal procedure.
5-yard penalty, repeat the down.
And now the coach will have an interesting decision here for PEI, where it's 3rd and 8 now instead of 3rd and 3.
William Potter has checked into the game. Potter can kick the ball. But he is going to line up as a receiver. Him and Tuplin will both be lined up as receivers to Lettner's right. Lettner's going to roll left.
Potter's open.
And see Potter deep. And the pass falls incomplete with fantastic coverage by Austin Perry.
17, Isaac Tuplin. Incomplete. Turnover on downs with 53 seconds left in the half.
Top tier coverage by Perry on that.
Yeah, with 53 seconds left in this first half, that's plenty of time for this Nova Scotia team to drive the field, especially if they pass the ball and go out of bounds. It looks like a little trickery here with 2 linemen out to the right here, and Cyrus Smith is snapping the ball. I would not be surprised if they try to incorporate Cyrus Smith in here in some way, as he is an eligible receiver. And they give it to Ryuta, and he's tackled just past the original line of scrimmage, maybe 2 yards.
Number 6.
So Brady Slade threw it to Ryuta, but I think was that a lateral? I think Ryuta was thinking about possibly throwing that, depending on what he saw downfield.
It did look like Ryuta was behind Slade there and had the option.
At the 40-yard line.
The option downfield might not have been open though. And having 2 offensive linemen out there is you have good blockers instead of receivers blocking. Unfortunately, the play just didn't quite work the way they wanted it to.
Now both teams went for water, but the officials saying, "Get back here, we're playing."
And they already blew in. Looks like they might be trying the same thing on the other side, as the 2 offensive linemen line out all the way to the left. And Cyrus Smith is snapping again.
So Slade is in at quarterback. Ryuta, the receiver, way to his left. And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Ryuta this time really looking to pass, but tackled by number 8, Dylan Del Zavato. But there is a flag down. Dozavato looked like that might have been
Number
high.
Keith Ryuta.
Very interesting start to this drive by Team Nova Scotia, bringing out a couple trick plays here.
And everybody loves a good trick play, but only if they work.
And although it looked like he was trying to pass it downfield, there was no option downfield. I'm wondering if he was trying to throw it back to the original quarterback, Slade, because he had Cyrus Smith blocking for him.
Aaron, that would probably be just about the only thing that would make sense out of that. I think you might be right. But unfortunately for Nova Scotia, they just weren't able to execute that on either attempt. And it is now, this will bring up third down.
It depends what
subject
the
to the
penalty
flag.
is. Yeah, we'll see what the penalty is after the refs diverge. Looks like they're dropping it, and no penalty on the play.
No penalty.
No penalty on the play.
So this will bring up third and it's looking like
Oh, it looks like there was a little downs marker issue.
third and long now for Nova Scotia, unfortunately.
Nova Scotia.
With still 30 seconds left, this is a bold call. Looks like Cyrus Smith might block here.
And Team Nova Scotia is calling a timeout, I believe.
I think
Timeout, Team Nova Scotia.
I think that's the right call here. It looks like they're going to bring out their punting unit. Just wanted to see the look.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they had the look they want, they would have ran the play, but they didn't have it, so they're going to go punt.
I really like the choice to punt here. 25 seconds left. Have some trust in your defense, and it's better to go into the half tied than down.
And don't forget, get those 50-50 tickets because we're going to be trying to send somebody home a little richer than.
If I were Team Nova Scotia here, though, I would instruct Cyrus Smith to kick it out of bounds. That way, we have seen a couple return touchdowns in this tournament, and that would be detrimental at this point in the game. At the end of that first half, to take the lead on a return touchdown. So if I were the coach there, I would just instruct them to kick it out of bounds.
PEI, of course, hoping to get returner Parker O'Brien an opportunity to score that touchdown. And Smith is just going to run it. And Nova Scotia is trying to pick up a first down off of this. He does not make it. And this will be a turnover on downs.
And we have a turnover
So the fake
on
punt
downs.
not working in Nova
Nice
Scotia's
run
favor.
by-
Yeah, a bit of an interesting play call. He did get plenty of yards, but not the 15 required.
Nice run by Cyrus
But those
Smith.
plays are possible when you have a
right
running back
there.
in at punter.
First down, Team PEI.
And you can see that if the PEI team was totally caught off guard, but there were so many yards that they were able to react in time. But one thing benefit about that, though, was that they did kill 7 or 8 seconds on the clock.
They killed 7 or 8 seconds, and PEI is not in the best field position either. So there's a good opportunity for the Nova Scotia defensive unit to put up a stop here.
No, they still have 44 yards in 17 seconds. That is quite the task here for Team PEI.
Lettner's going to look downfield to his left, and the pass not on
Pass
target,
intended for number
for Parker O'Brien.
Parker O'Brien incomplete. Bringing up 2nd and 10 for Team PEI.
That was Ben Nicholson on the coverage, and
Well,
again, Nicholson did
second
a
left.
great job staying with his receiver and getting his head around looking for that ball, but that ball just wasn't in a catchable spot.
Yeah, and honestly, it might have been better that it wasn't in a catchable spot. Nicholson was in a great position there to maybe make a play on the ball.
Lettner's going to throw the ball again. Big throw down the middle of the field, and he's got his man open. Caught by William Potter. And that's a touchdown. Team Prince Edward Island.
William
Oh,
Potter.
is that a flag? Do we see a flag down on this side of the field?
There is a flag.
And
There's
it
a
is
flag.
Flag.
That is a
touchdown.
touchdown.
It was against Nova Scotia.
Team PEI.
I did see a jump. I was wondering, though, if the receiver also jumped, but it appears it was just the defensive line there.
And Potter wide open. What a great play by Lettner, directing his receivers while they were downfield. Lettner keeping his eyes downfield, throwing a big bomb down the middle of the field. Connects with Potter, who runs at the last 5 yards into the end zone. And it looks as though Team Prince Edward Island will be heading into the half with a lead. They will try to add 2 points to the 6 they just picked up. Lettner looking to pass, rolling around, and he's simply going to throw it out of bounds, so they will not get their additional 2 points. So they will go into the half with a 6-point lead.
14,
Prince Edward Island 14 over Team Nova Scotia 8.
Half to an end. We'll see you in.
What an
10,
exciting half of
15.
football. Without a doubt, the closest, most exciting half of football we've seen so far this tournament. So a great treat for viewers who have enjoyed this tournament and looking forward to cap off with the gold medal game, the excitement of a gold medal game at the U18 bracket.
Looks like they thought there was a penalty there on the conversion, but there was no penalty. It is halftime now.
So we're going to take a short 15-minute break, go get a beverage, get a snack, and we'll see you back here in 15 minutes. And we are about to get going here for the conclusion of the Atlantic Bowl tournament. And for those of you wondering or interested, the way that, so this is an agreement, this Atlantic Bowl is done via agreement of the provincial sport organizations for each of the 4 football organizations in each province. So it's going to rotate around the Atlantic provinces in 2-year increments. So next year's tournament will be held in New Brunswick as well before it rotates on to the next province. But it's a great tournament because it gives the opportunity for a lot of guys who aren't necessarily playing 12-man football to play 6-a-side football against the best 6-a-side football players from each of the other 3 provinces in Atlantic Canada. This year's event is being hosted by Football New Brunswick in collaboration with the UNB Reds football team. The UNB Reds football team is one of the inaugural teams of the Atlantic Football League, which plays in the fall. I am Justin Wise, and I'm here with Aaron Olofsson, and we're both members of the UNB football team organization. Aaron is still playing. I'm not. I have not played in many, many years, but I am still involved in the organization. Very proud to be. We are here at the beautiful BMO Center Field in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and we're about to see Team PEI kick off to Team Nova Scotia to start the second half. And here we go. Mid-range kick from PEI. Returner Ryland Wall is going to have to, sorry, that's not Ryland Wall. That is Bryson Carroll is going to have to run up to pick it up. He gets it and is covered pretty quickly by the PEI cover squad. There is a flag down on the field.
Looks like something happened behind the play with Arthur Nickel having his helmet off on the play. And in Canadian football, that is going to require him to sit on the sideline for a couple plays here. Looks like it was on Team Nova Scotia, and we're going to go back 15 from the spot of the foul.
15 yards. Not a great way for Team Nova Scotia to start this offensive drive.
And they're going to start at their own 14-yard line.
First and 10 from the 14
That's not a great start for Team Nova Scotia, as PEI scored right before the half, and Brady Slade is in a widespread formation here as the lone quarterback in the backfield.
And it is, he is looking to pass. He's scrambling to his left, trying to plant his feet. He's got nothing, so he decides to run the ball, and he does make it almost to the first down marker, so he turns something from nothing.
That was very close to being a late hit out of bounds, but no flag on the play.
First down, Team Nova Scotia.
And he did get past that first down line, so it's going to be a first down Team Nova Scotia, and they really needed that. They needed to get away from their end zone.
Yeah, with the score being 14-8 and that late touchdown by PEI, Nova Scotia is just looking to drive the ball here, assert their dominance once again, and score a touchdown on this opening drive of the second half.
Slade's dropping back. He's looking to pass. He doesn't see what he's like. Oh, and he does see his receiver, which he connects with Grady Holloway for another Nova Scotia first down.
Moving the chains for Team Nova Scotia.
And one notable thing about these first 2 plays has just been Brady Slade making some plays out of nothing.
Yeah, Slade showing some excellent improvisation skills, getting lucky on breaking a couple of tackles.
And a great job keeping his eyes downfield to see Holloway.
And Nova Scotia not using a second blocker, so Slade really doesn't have a lot of time to get that ball off. And he throws again, connects with Ben Nicholson, who we've seen make some defensive plays. This time picking up a first down. Yeah, that's a first down.
For another first down for Team Nova Scotia. First and 10 from the 49-yard line.
Aaron, I'll tell you, I'm not a quarterback. I never have been, but I would not be happy if my team was sending me out there, and I'm looking at two defensive players that are going to rush and only one blocker.
Yeah, Cyrus Smith gets up the field here for 14 yards. But what, to your point, Justin, it's a compliment almost to Slade here that they trust his athleticism and his decision making, that they don't have to designate a second blocker for him, and that they can send out another receiver.
It does create a personnel imbalance in the secondary. So as long as Slade can get that ball off without being tackled, he's in a great position. And this time it's not going to work, and PEI is going to get the sack. That is Arthur Nickel with a big sack. And you know what, Aaron? I feel like that was going to be inevitable.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before they eventually got to him. There's only so many times you can juke a defender out before he eventually gets you.
So the result of the play is a significant loss, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 17 for Team Nova Scotia. And they bring in his second blocker. So 3 receivers to Slade's right and 2 blockers. And Slade is looking downfield.
Wide open, Ryuta.
Ryuta with a big catch downfield. That'll be a first down and a lot more. He's still going. He is into PEI red zone.
Down to the 16-yard line of PEI. Rito worked his way all the way open. It was just a simple hitch route, and then seeing the quarterback scrambling. That was great improv and scramble drills by Ryuta there, who is also a quarterback himself.
Slade showing his best stuff on this drive, and he's going to pass again, but he didn't get the ball off quickly enough, and the PEI rushers are able to get to him. That was Brennan Brown and Arthur Nickel combining for the sack on that one.
That was quite interesting there. The PEI defender almost hesitated before going in for the sack. And I think that's just because of Slade's athleticism, that he's just hesitant to make a move. That way he can't get juked out by Slade.
And Slade does seem to have an excellent sense of when he's about to get hit, releasing that ball moments before very often. So 2nd and 20. 3 receivers to Slade's right. And this one's going to be a toss to Cyrus Smith, who's going to run up the middle and pick up some yards, but not enough for a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 14, it looks like.
14 for Team Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage there.
Great leg tackle by Jorman Ortiz.
And Slade's got the play call here. It's 3rd and 14, but it looks like they're still going to go for it. This deep in PEI territory makes sense. And if they score here, what a momentum boost it would be.
Slade's going to pass. He's looking downfield. He's got pressure. He's being tackled. And okay, so the whistle went. The whistle went before the throw. And before, and which is important because what happened is the PEI defender actually intercepted that ball. It looked like Grady Holloway might have caught that ball had the whistle not blown, but the whistle did blow. He pulled up, and the PEI defender stepped in front and intercepted the ball. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. It is not an interception.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate break there for Dylan Dozavato, but you can see on the replay that the Nova Scotia offensive players had stopped playing, and that's what resulted in the interception.
Yeah, as soon as that whistle went, they pulled up, which is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate. And I'm sure if it had gone the other way and the Nova Scotia guy caught it, the Nova Scotia team would have been upset too.
Of course. So PEI going to work. Lettner directly under center, and it's going to be a handoff to Parker O'Brien, excuse me.
Handoff to Parker O'Brien, number 22.
That was Jack Wilson with the tackle there. You can see he's grabbing the jersey and holding them back.
For a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line, or 35-yard line.
Interesting to see Cyrus Smith back out there on defense. Looks like he's about to rush the passer. Looking for a more athletic passer rush so that Lettner can't get free here.
Cyrus Smith doing a lot of work on both sides of the football today.
I think he's played 6 different positions here this afternoon.
Lettner directly under center. And this one's going to be a handoff to William Potter, who hits the edge on the left. He was running downfield. He's still on his feet. He's still going into Nova Scotia territory. Finally brought down on the 45-yard line.
It's Ryland Wall who finally brought him down. But sometimes when those guys get into open space, it's very hard to tackle them. And the slightest angle that you have wrong can just let the guy go free. That was a big play here for PEI.
PEI, 1st and 10 on Nova Scotia's 45-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff to Potter. He's running right this time. He's going to cut back, looking for some space. And he's going to find some. He breaks a great block by Lettner, and Potter is into the end zone. But there's a flag down on the field.
We do have a flag. We have a couple of flags on the field.
And the flags come on the field as he was cutting through the traffic, so I think we're going to see a holding here.
On the replay, it looks like Lettner might have got him twisted around and held him.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. So what initially looked like it might have been a good block by Lettner, he held on too long, maybe twisted him around, and the play will be coming back. But that's well after the first down marker, so it will be a first down for PEI if this is what we think it is.
Yeah, and quarterbacks don't get that much blocking practice. And so sometimes it's better for them just to get in the way, not actually put their hands on the guy. Unfortunately, there it was a penalty.
Yeah, and it did enable Potter's cut up through the middle, so it would have had had he not done that illegal block or the hold. It's entirely probable that the Nova Scotian defender would have been able to make that tackle. So it is a hold, as we suspected, against PEI, and it looks like there were actually 2 holds on the play. So it's going to, but both were after the first down marker, so it's going to be first down for PEI on the Nova Scotia 37-yard line.
37-yard line.
Yeah, it's great effort there by Lettner, though, to get downfield, seeing that his guy's cutting back, and just to try and make that block. I'm sure the rest of his teammates love that their quarterback's trying to go block for them and not just the other way around. Looks like there's still a little bit of confusion there from the referees. Got the flag back, but we should be ready to start this next play.
Lettner out of the gun position. He's got Parker O'Brien back there with him. And he's going to fake the handoff to O'Brien. He's looking for the pass downfield, and Nova Scotia with a fumble. And Nova Scotia recovers the football. This is Nova Scotia ball. Late flag down.
We have flag on the play.
That's David Reichs with the recovery on the football, but the flag came after Reichs was down on the field with the ball. So we'll see what the officials call here.
Nova Scotia seems to think that they still have the ball. Looks like it was on the offense.
A lot of pointing in both directions. I'm very confused. So it is Nova Scotia ball.
Nova Scotia ball, 1st and 10 from their 50-yard line.
Looked like it happened before the fumble, so Team Nova Scotia is just going to decline that and take the ball instead.
There we go.
That's a big play by the Nova Scotia defense there. Getting the ball back.
Prince Edward Island looking like they were trying to take this game away from Nova Scotia. And instead, Nova Scotia gets the opportunity to get back into this game. The snap to Slade is low. He can't handle it.
Low snap, taken down.
And Arthur Nickel gets the sack.
We've called his name quite a few times here to start this second half.
Arthur Nickel moving that back to a.
That was a great job by Slade there just to get that ball. It was in between his legs, and that can be a very difficult position to grab the ball.
I think Nickel was trying to get a fumble recovery of his own there.
Yeah, what a momentum that shift that would have been if he was able to get that.
Slade scrambling, dodging the rushers. He gets away. He's going to run it himself. He's got a first down. He's still going. There is a defender who pushes him out of bounds. Finally, number 11, Liam DeRoche knocks him out of bounds, but not before Slade picks up a first down and many more. He brings the ball all the way near the PEI 40-yard line.
Number 7, Brady Slade.
And that's why Nova Scotia is only putting one blocker out there, is that they can trust this guy to evade multiple tacklers like that. And they're willing to take the risk of only having one blocker for the upside of what Brady Slade just did there.
I will say I would love to see them, and here they go. They're throwing in that second blocker there. They don't want to give those rushers too many opportunities in a row to catch Slade. This one's going to be a handoff to Smith. He picks up a few yards before being brought down.
Handoff to Cyrus Smith, gaining a couple of yards.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter here.
The third quarter.
It appears the player is down, though, on the field.
We do have an injured player on the field.
So trainers are going to come out and take a look at him, and hopefully he's okay. What an exciting quarter of football. The score is still 14 for Prince Edward Island to Nova Scotia's 8. This is still, by any measure, anybody's game. By far the closest, most exciting match of football we've had in this Atlantic Bowl tournament, which is exactly what you want for the gold medal game of the U18 bracket.
Yes, very much so.
So that is Cyrus Smith, who is slow to get up. He is up. He is walking off the field.
Looks like he's holding his stomach.
No one is assisting him off the field, so hopefully he's okay and able to get back into action. That would be a significant blow to this Nova Scotia side.
But he will have to take a few plays off as he was slow to get up. We'll see how this Nova Scotia offense operates in the fourth quarter here to begin.
So in addition to the 2 minutes for the water break, the officials will switch the field. So Nova Scotia will be going from your right to your left, and Prince Edward Island will be going from your left to your right for the fourth quarter.
And with how tight this game has been, it goes to the question, the call at the end of the first half where Nova Scotia decided to go for the fake on third and 15 plus. And it ended up resulting in advantageous field position for Team PEI, and they were able to capitalize and score a touchdown. And that ultimately is the difference in this game right now. As we enter the fourth quarter, maybe that coaching decision might change the outcome of this game.
When the score is this tight, small decisions will have a big impact.
Starting the quarter off. Team Nova Scotia.
So we see Slade in with Ryuta immediately beside him, although
Looks
Ryuta
like
may be taking the snap. And he does. It's low. It's a quick shovel pass to Liam DeRoche, who tries to catch the edge and doesn't quite make it. He does get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Excuse me, not Liam DeRoche, but Grady Halloway. Excuse me. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Nova Scotia.
3rd and 8 for Team Nova
Very
Scotia.
Ben Nicholson is checking in at receiver.
Yeah, that could have been very unfortunate for them there. It is interesting to see at this point in the game them putting Keith Ryuta under the quarterback there and taking the snap.
Nova Scotia trying to keep PEI off balance, but of course that's only going to work if you can properly execute those plays.
And it looks like Slade's back there in the shotgun.
Chris Bain has been doing a great job under center for Nova Scotia so far today. Or excuse me, not under center. Chris Bain is doing a great job at center. Excuse me. Slade back in. He gets hit but throws. Almost intercepted. Pass intended for Ryuta. It falls incomplete.
Pass intended for
William Potter made a great play on the ball there, just unable to come down with it. And on a play there, 3rd and 8, they're just running streaks there.
for Heath Ruda.
And Potter just made a play on the ball.
That's a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs.
Earned by the
For
Prince Edward
Team
Island
PEI
defense.
from the
And their
38-yard
offense
line.
will take over control on their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, running streaks there in that situation is quite difficult, especially as Brady Slade had an open rusher on him. And it's really just 4-on-4. with 4 DBs and 4 receivers, and just hoping that one guy gets open. Unfortunately, because it took a while to throw, the ball was in the air for so long, a different defender was able to come and make a play.
Team Nova Scotia pulling out all the stops. Grady Holloway, receiver, is in at defensive back. Parker O'Brien is going to rumble for a first down.
Yeah, PEI's had some success with that toss play just in this game so far. And yet again, they get another first down on it.
1st and 10, PEI on their own 50-yard line.
Yeah, Parker O'Brien's had quite the game so far. He's still lined up in the backfield. They'll look to keep running the ball here in this 4th quarter.
And they toss to O'Brien. He's going to run up the field. He doesn't get a first down this time, but he does pick up, looks like about 7. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
Picking up 7, bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, right now it looks just PEI's got bigger size than Team Nova Scotia, so they're just going to use that size to run the ball. If you're an old school football fan, that's the kind of football you like to see. But it is a little interesting to see it in 6-a-side football, with 3 linemen and a tight end here for Team PEI.
Really tight formation here now. It's going to be a handoff to...
That looked like Potter.
Yeah, that wasn't Slade, was it? No, that was Potter.
Potter, and bring up another first down for Team PEI. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
Giving Parker a break. 1st and 10, Prince Edward Island inside Nova Scotia territory now.
And once again, they're coming out in this heavy formation. Until Team Nova Scotia can stop it, they're not going to. Team PEI is just going to keep running the ball.
So Lettner under center. He's going to hand off to Potter, who's brought down after a gain of about 4 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Gain of a few. Bring up 2nd and 6.
And here we see Parker O'Brien checking back in, who's been a critical element of this Prince Edward Island offense.
Looks like Tuplin came back into the game too for Team PEI. Number 17 at the bottom of your screen.
So O'Brien and Tuplin are lining up as receivers this time. And Lettner is going to pass to his tight end, number 21, Brennan Brown.
Pass to number 21, Brennan Brown.
That didn't work out quite as well as they had hoped. That's going to bring up 3rd down, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, we've seen a similar type play with the U16 where they get the tight end just to do a little chip and then release to the flat. U16 had a mixed success with it, and right there, unfortunately, went flat there for Team PEI.
Potter's running down the side of the field. He's open. But
Pass.
clearly Lettner thought he was running a different route than he was actually doing. He turned to the inside. I think maybe Lettner thought he was going to be turning to the outside there because Lettner threw it to the outside and it fell incomplete. And that's so Team Nova Scotia is winning a turnover on downs. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for Nova Scotia's offense now.
Yeah, communication is so key on an offense, where knowing what each other are thinking is so important, especially on plays like that where it's an option route, or just knowing which way they're going to turn.
Brady Slade is going to throw the ball again. Really quick route, or really quick pass to Holloway, and it hit Holloway in the chest, but he had to dive back to get it, and it drops incomplete. So that'll be 2nd and 10 for Nova Scotia on their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, you can see Holloway was a bit upset with himself there, punching the ground, knowing he had a chance to come up with that. Wasn't an easy catch, but he knew he had a chance at it. And especially this late in the game, with about 5.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, down by a touchdown, those are the catches he knows he needs to make.
Bryson Carroll out wide for Nova Scotia. Slade directing traffic and hit as he's throwing the ball. And the pass falls short and wide.
Arthur Nickel with the big play there to affect the throw. I seen Cyrus Smith was rolling out as an out, but then he turned it upfield was Slade pointed. He was open, but just unable to get there because of the pressure.
Yeah, and we've seen Slade direct traffic to his receivers downfield before, and that has worked out very well. So I'd say Nickel saved a big play there. Here we go again. Slade is going to throw the ball. It's up this time. It looks like it might be good, and
Pass intended for number 24.
Ben Nicholson unable to reel it in.
Incomplete. Turnover on down.
I think Nicholson was maybe expecting that on his inside shoulder, but it went to his outside
There's
shoulder.
a flag in behind the play, and it looks like Slade's down on the field.
Ooh.
That's not good news for Team Nova Scotia in this stage of the game with 4.5 minutes left.
This Nova Scotia side has been heavily reliant on Slade up to this point.
He seems to be looking at his head and neck area, which is not good. And the penalty is on Team PEI.
So Team Nova Scotia is going to maintain possession, but Slade is going to have to come off, so he will not be leading this drive going forward. Now, Team Nova Scotia does have a very competent backup in Ryuta.
Yeah, you'll notice number 6 has been a wide receiver in this game. And when you're a quarterback, you already know what the receivers are supposed to do. So going back to quarterback, which is his natural position, he should be doing just fine there. He's an athlete just as much as Slade is.
I'm a little surprised they're maintaining one blocker here for Ryuta.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're going to pass it short, though.
And he connects with Ryland Wall for a first down.
That was a big wrap-up tackle by Jordan Ortiz and not letting him gain any extra yards after the cut inside.
I think it's a first down. Yeah, there they go. They're moving the sticks.
Moving the sticks for Team Nova Scotia.
So another first and 10 for Nova Scotia. Still just one blocker for Ryuta. Low snap, but he's able to get it. Throws downfield, incomplete, intended for Grady Holloway. It's going to be, so Ryuta, very good quarterback. He's only got one blocker. I think it's going to be very important for Ryuta to get that ball thrown. Even if it goes incomplete, it's better than taking a big sack.
100%. He might not have the missability that Slade has, but he can still make those throws.
Another low snap, not helping things. This time he connects with Holloway. That's another first down. Brought down by Dylan Dozavoda.
That is a first down. Yeah, just plays like that where it's just a simple little hitch right in the middle of the field. That's all the time he needs to get a big first down there.
This is what I love seeing about six-a-side football. These short, quick plays are really favorable in this format. Oh, the snap, not good, but Ryuta gets it away and connects with his receiver again. Ryland Wall.
Looks like a late hit there.
Late flag and a hit, yeah. Oh, he's rolling around. I think he may have been impacted in a special area there.
I think so, too. Based off how much movement he's doing, if he was hurt somewhere else, he probably wouldn't be moving that much.
No, we see baseball players suffering from that affliction fairly regularly. He will be okay. It'll just be a little bit of a waiting period.
But it's great news for Team Nova Scotia. Slade enters the game once again, and they can kick Ryuta back out to wide receiver.
Ryuta performing very, very well in Slade's absence.
Oh, we got another flag on the play.
All right, so Nova Scotia. I'm a little confused about the sticks on this one. With the penalty, it looks like they're on the 1 yard line, but the sticks have not moved. I think it's first and goal here for Team Nova Scotia on the 1.
And it does appear that this is the 3-minute warning, too, and a timeout by Team Nova Scotia.
3-minute warning, timeout, Team Nova Scotia.
I like this timeout call here. Ideally, you'd like to save it, but with such a big play, big drive here, to get the touchdown, you really want to make sure you have your best plays out right now.
Best plays out and ball security is going to be a real thing. We've seen this PEI defense very capable of stripping that ball, forcing a fumble. So it's going to be more important to hold on to the ball and not get the touchdown versus risking losing the ball and getting a touchdown. So ball security, make sure everybody's on the same page. You've only got a yard to go, but you don't want to take that for granted.
And it does look like Grady Holloway is going to come out of the game for David Reichs, who's normally a defender, but it looks like they're just trying to go big bodies up front and try and run it up the middle.
This is good news for Brady Slade's health. I think they're going to give it to him. It's going to be a quarterback keep right up the middle.
Slade's on the sideline. It looks like it's Cyrus Smith in the backfield.
Excuse me, Cyrus Smith.
Slade and Ryuta are on the sideline here. They're going full big body. Trustin Smith as a running back to take the snap and just plunge forward.
There they go, and it looks like he's in. The signal, that's touchdown, Nova Scotia! And just like that, Team Nova Scotia is 1 2-point conversion away from tying this game with less than 3 minutes to go. Excuse me, 1 2-point conversion from taking the lead because PEI did fail on one of their conversions as well. So Team Nova Scotia has tied this game up.
And another coaching decision to think of earlier in the game when Nova Scotia took the 2 points as a safety. Right now they'd be winning if they decided just to punt it. But they're going to try for 2 here with Ryuta in at quarterback and not Slade.
Ryuta's rolling to his right.
Cyrus Smith is open, and he was covered up. Just couldn't get there in time.
Great defense by William Potter.
And you can see on the replay here, Cyrus Smith cutting across the field. He was open, but then as he approached the sideline, had to slow down. If Ryuta had got it to him earlier, he probably would have been open for the end zone.
Great coverage by William Potter, who we've seen do great things on offense for Team PEI. That time applying his speed and skill on defense for great coverage. So, Team Prince Edward Island will get the ball back once Team Nova Scotia kicks it off to them.
And this is the type of football we love to see right now, is when it's tie game under 3 minutes in the gold medal game. You can't ask for much better football than this right now. And Cyrus Smith, the touchdown getter, is getting set to kick off right now for Team Nova Scotia. And the deep returner for Prince Edward Island is Isaac Tuplin. And he's very deep back there at his own 10-yard line. A lot of space in between the second level and Tuplin.
A lot of respect for this kicker. And he's going to kick it really short. And it's going to be picked up pretty cleanly by Brendan Brown, who picks up a small return. And the ball will be placed at around the 50-yard line.
Brandon Brown, bring up 1st and 10 for Team PEI.
1st and 10, Team PEI.
Normally, you wouldn't want to try and onside it in this situation, but it appears that Team Nova Scotia didn't want a big return by Tuplin, so they just opted to give it to one of the shorter guys.
So there is going to be, there's 2 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock, but this is the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter in Canadian football are known as the longest 3 minutes in sport. A lot of things can happen. There's a lot of time. Parker O'Brien gets the handoff. He's running up. He picks up a gain of about 6 yards. This will bring up 7 yards. This will bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 for Team PEI.
Yeah, PEI's had plenty of success with their run game. There's still plenty of time left. I wouldn't expect them to start passing it quite yet. Ideally, PEI is going to want to leave as little time as possible and get a touchdown here in the dying seconds.
Yeah, it's very much in their interest to run the ball, get small chunks of yardage every time. And here we go. This is Tuplin who's going to run the ball this time, and he's going to pick up a 1st down. He'll bring the ball to about the he'll bring the ball to the Nova Scotia 45-yard line.
First down for Team PEI.
It's the 7 and 8 yard runs that will determine this drive here for Team PEI.
45-yard line.
If you're Team Nova Scotia, you have to get a big first down stop here and make them try and pass the ball. That way you can hopefully get an incompletion.
So time is in. This PEI team not rushing to get to the ball. They know that it's in their advantage to let a little bit of time come off here. Lettner's going to hand it off to Tuplin. He's going to run. He's got a first down.
And off to number 17, Tuplin. First down.
Jack Wilson on the tackle.
Yeah, these types of drives are quite demoralizing to a defense when they're able just to get gashed by the run plays here.
Going back to the run, Tuplin again. And he's going to be brought down this time by Austin Perry and Ryland Wall. And showing some sportsmanlike, helping Tuplin up after he goes down. That run, that's a shorter run.
Yeah, the PEI bench was calling for a horse collar, but the refs did not see it the same way.
It's a 3-yard run. That'll bring up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for Team PEI.
Play is in and the clock is ticking. Parker O'Brien checks in.
Looks like Coach gave O'Brien the call, and he gave it to the rest of the team.
Safe to say we're going to see a run here. Lettner hands it off to Parker.
There is a flag on the play, though. And if that's on the offense, that can be quite detrimental to their drive right now.
We have a flag on the play.
And it does appear to be on PEI. Oh.
No, it's going to be against Nova Scotia.
Yeah, they're looking for a PEI captain. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was only a 5-yard penalty, so that's why there's a decision to make.
I think they'll take that. It wasn't. It was. I think it was not much more of a run than that. So they'll take the 5 yards and replay the down.
And so they take the penalty to keep the down. That's what they're looking for there.
Yeah. So 2nd and 2 for PEI.
26-yard line.
Clock is at 1:29.
Yeah, Potter moving over to the right.
Lettner directly under center. Parker O'Brien in at running back. This will go to Parker O'Brien. And it's not going to go to Parker O'Brien. It's going to go to Potter, who's trying to run to the outside. But Team Nova Scotia does a great job identifying it.
Team Nova Scotia
Ben Nicholson.
just before
Looks like it was a slight loss on the play. That's a big tackle by Nicholson there.
3rd and 3 for Team PEI.
So 3rd and 3 for Team PEI.
This play right here could decide the game here.
I think Team PEI might have outthought themselves on that one. Parker O'Brien was going to get 2 yards.
Yeah, Parker O'Brien's been doing a great job of getting those extra yards after contact. Only needing 2 yards. They might have overthought themselves there, yep.
And Team PEI is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, this is I think it's 100% the right call to take a timeout there for if you're Team PEI. 3rd and 3 at this critical moment in the game with just over a minute left. Just take your time, think it over, bring out your best play call because this is the time you need it.
You know what? A lot of coaches have a tendency. Well, they don't want to become predictable, right? But at the same time, you've got to go with what works. And Aaron, you know very well from your head coach, Vince Sturgeon, the coach of the UNB Reds football team. His mentality is very much like, I'm going to play this play until they prove that they can stop me with it.
Yeah, it's a philosophy here at UNB is we like to run the ball, power run game, inside zone. We want to make the team stop us before we will stop running the ball. And I think that's what PEI should do right now is they've had success running the ball. Even their tosses have worked. They haven't pulled one of those out in a couple minutes, but they've worked so well in this game, getting like 8 yards, that I think right now this would be a perfect time to pull out a toss, even though it might not be as straightforward as right down the middle.
It's number 35 on PEI. That's Sam Perry trying to get the crowd excited.
And Lettner's under center here.
And Parker O'Brien in the backfield. Let's see what they have dialed up. It's going to be a pass. He's going deep. Caught by Potter. Huge. I'm going to call that a very high-risk play by Team PEI, but it worked out.
There's a flag at the end. It might have been pass interference, meaning that the catch didn't even matter because there would have been a penalty anyways.
Potter manages to come down with that ball. Great catch by Potter. It was very much a contested ball.
And we'll see what the ref here has to say. No flag,
No flag.
But there was a catch. So it is a first down. Ultimately, it didn't matter if there was a flag there or not. They would have taken the catch because in CFL rules, it is not a spot foul. It is just the 10 yards. So they would have preferred the catch anyways.
So exactly 1 minute of play left. The ball is going to be placed on the, I think that's about the 6-yard line. First and goal, Prince Edward Island. In the dying seconds of the gold medal game.
And they'll look to run the ball here to kill even more clock.
Parker O'Brien, why not? And he gets in. That's a touchdown, Prince Edward Island.
Parker O'Brien.
So, you dance with who brought you. Parker O'Brien got them this far. They hand the ball off, give it to him to bring into the end zone.
And this convert here could be critical if Nova Scotia is able to drive the field. So getting these 2 points are very critical here for Team PEI as they left 43 seconds left on the clock. It was probably the right call to let them score with so little, to keep the clock there for Team Nova Scotia. And Lettner's looking to pass, and he throws in the middle, open to Potter.
Goes right back to Potter.
He gets the 2 points. Those are big 2 points here late in this game. That means that Nova Scotia, the best they can do here is tie in the dying minutes of this game. Those are big 2 points here for Team PEI. With 39 seconds left, Team Nova Scotia is going to look here to bring a miracle to this gold medal game. That was a big catch by Potter.
So the clock does stop as it goes. Nova Scotia has 1 timeout. They're going to have to be very mindful of their play selection.
There's plenty of time here for Team Nova Scotia to drive the field. And we've seen plenty of deep balls in the 6-a-side tournament here in the Atlantic Bowl that can just get by defenders. We've seen so many big plays just burst off for one-play touchdowns. There's no reason to think that one can't happen right now.
And passing plays, passing attempts will conserve more time than running plays. So I think we can expect to see a lot of that from Team Nova Scotia, which has been consistent with the way that they've been playing in the second half anyways. Big kick, huge kick, but fielded very cleanly by Ryland Wall. He's looking for a big return here, but the coverage team is all over him. Oh, yeah. So I think that's going to be a, yeah. So the PEI defender pulled him down by the back of the helmet. That's not allowed. That was Liam DeRoche with an illegal high tackle. So there'll be a number of yards added onto the end of the return.
Yeah, that type of lack of discipline there is absolutely brutal for this Team PEI defense. That's just giving free yards to this Nova Scotia offense when they're already time crunched.
1st and 10 from the 40.
And the returner, Ryland Wall, was already on his way down. It really didn't achieve anything.
No. Interesting that Team Nova Scotia has 2 blockers in here now. Trying to provide as much time here for Slade as possible.
But they go back to Smith. Oh, he's got to cut outside. He might see the end zone. No, there you go. He's forced out of bounds. I thought he might have caught that edge. He did not. He was forced out of bounds by Liam DeRoche, but he does pick up a first down.
That's a really good play call there. They designed a screen pass for him, letting the offensive lineman get downfield and block.
I really liked that play execution.
1st and 10 from the 53-yard line.
And more importantly, getting out of bounds there for Cyrus
29
Smith,
seconds
too.
left.
Stopping the clock.
Slade looking to throw. Connects with his receiver, Ben Nicholson.
And he is
I
out of
believe he
bounds.
goes out of bounds, yep.
That's a big play there for Nicholson, too.
So another first down, 24
First
seconds
down
still on the
for
clock.
Ben Nicholson.
Team Nova Scotia taking Team PEI to the wire.
Interesting
Right to
that
the
Team PEI is only rushing
41
one.
yard line.
Big prevent, big prevent defense here. I'm not sure that's the right call. Slade looking downfield, big throw. Pass caught
And he's incomplete.
by
He's out of
Bryson
bounds.
Carroll, but he's out of bounds, so it's going to be incomplete.
Out of bounds, intended for
That was Bryson Carroll
Bryson Carroll.
who caught the ball but was out of bounds.
Very unfortunate
So
play
second
there.
and 10, 17 seconds on the clock.
And another play there where the sideline is kind of coming into play. Just being a little bit too far, not realizing where the sideline is.
Slade is ready to go. Looking to pass. He connects with Grady Holloway.
Brady Holloway.
Oh, no. So Holloway was in bounds, which would have been bad for the clock, but it was a late hit. So there's going to be a lot of yards added to the end of that catch.
And at this level, every player has to know as soon as the knee touches the ground with the ball, it's automatically blown dead. At the high levels in the pros, they're allowed to sometimes get up and then keep going. But at this level, it's as soon as the knee is down, the whistle blows.
So 13 seconds left.
10.
Nova Scotia getting a big yardage
From
bump.
the 20-yard line for Team Nova Scotia versus closest.
And getting some last-minute coaching, Slade lines up in the shotgun.
You may see a flag on the field, but that was left there from the last play. Pass knocked down at the line.
Pass knocked down at the line.
I believe that was Jorman Ortiz who got a hand on it. Maybe we can see that again. Oh, he made quite a gesture there.
That was a great play by Ortiz, looking at Smith and then rushing.
10 from the 20.
That was great eye discipline there to fool the quarterback into thinking he was covering the receiver, but then rushing the quarterback and getting his hand on the ball.
10 seconds left.
I would watch Smith here. Even though he's lined up as a tight end looking to block, he might release and try and go deep.
It's exactly what he tries to do, and Slade is looking for him. And the PI defender forces a fumble, but Slade picks it up and he runs. And he throws it to a wide open Bryson Carroll in the end zone.
Incomplete.
But it falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
And there are 0 seconds left on the clock.
There is
And we have all kinds of flags flying.
There's pushing and shoving. This game may be over.
pandemonium to end this gold medal game.
What an insane series of events for the potentially the final play of the game.
Helmets are on the field from the sideline of PEI. The PEI coach is right in the play.
That was unreal. Let's look at this again. So you see Slade actually fumbled the ball. He picked it up and almost looked like he was going to run, sees his open receiver downfield, throws the ball, and I didn't see this come out.
Yeah,
There it is
at the
again.
last second, you can see it come out, just unable to hold it.
Just heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking
That was a great play by the defender to try and knock it out.
for Bryson
But
Carroll.
because there's penalties on the play, they have to determine if it was after the play and the clock had already expired.
Wow, great defense. So who was the defender on that one? Because I think he would have caught that ball if the defender didn't hit him as he was catching the
It
ball.
looks like it was number 11, Liam DeRoche.
Liam DeRoche may have just secured the victory for Prince Edward Island. Because
That is the
There's the
game!
game. Prince Edward Island are the gold medal winners of the U18 Atlantic Bowl.
Team PEI.
Absolute heartbreak here for Team Nova Scotia.
Game.
The final game of the tournament met the billing. This has by far been our most
We would have
exciting
each team
game of
to
the
line
tournament.
up on their
A
respective
huge
45
congratulations to
yard
the
line.
champions, the provincial team from
Handshake.
Prince Edward Island. And a huge congratulations to the effort, the hard-fought Narrow loss by Team Nova Scotia, truly coming down to the very last play, the very last football move of the very last play. Team PEI just edging out Nova Scotia barely to win the gold medal of the Atlantic Bowl.
Yeah, great effort, and just overall the will from Team Nova Scotia to keep fighting even when they went down with under a minute. The heartbreak right there, I've experienced it myself. It's quite hard, but I know that these guys are going to group together and they're going to learn from it.
What a phenomenal effort, particularly by quarterback Brady Slade throughout the game, and especially on that last play to get that ball downfield. And let's not forget, this was not a mistake. There was no mistake made by the Nova Scotia offense there. It was just excellent defense on the PEI side of the ball. So congratulations to both teams. We are going to sign off here in a moment. Please stick around for the Player of the Game ceremony and the medal ceremony for the final match of this year's Atlantic Bowl between Team PEI and Team Nova Scotia. Aaron, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the viewers for tuning into this year's Atlantic Bowl. It's been a pleasure and a blast to commentate this tournament.
Thank you all. Thank you all. And on behalf of Football New Brunswick and UNB Reds football team, thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.
Can we ask the teams to please line up on their respective 45-yard lines? Once again, can we ask you to line up on your 45-yard lines, please? It's been a heck of a tournament today and all week long. We'd like to thank both teams for an amazing job leaving everything on the field. You both played a stellar game. Starting with the second place team, the MVP of offense for Team Nova Scotia, Brady Slade, number 7. And now the MVP for defense, number 24, Ben Nicholson. And now, our MVP of offense for Team PEI, number 22, Parker O'Brien. And our MVP of defense, number 7, William Potter. And our executive director for Football New Brunswick will be handing out the medals now, Mr. Josh Harris. And now the presentation of the gold medals to Team PEI. And once again, from Football New Brunswick and the UNB Reds, thank you very much for your participation. And now, the trophy presentation.